Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your mid-March check-in. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Be sure to check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus sign. I haven't said Venus in every single one, but maybe that's something specific to Sagittarius here. Anyways, as always, in the description box below, you'll find information about the decks I'm using, as well as how to book a one-on-one reading with me. And for you aspiring readers out there, check out the link to my class Total Tarot and see if that's something you'd be interested in. All right, so without further ado, Sagittarius, let us get some cards on the table and begin, shall we? All right, having a hard time pulling these cards together. Perhaps you're feeling stuck in some way. Things aren't really, like maybe there's no space for you in a certain situation. You're feeling like you're lacking space to some degree. And maybe causing a little frustration, maybe having a hard time finding the message in something here. I'm going to adjust my camera just a little bit. All right, so we have let go, vulnerability, and wonderment. Okay, so maybe you're holding on to things too tightly, and it's causing you to perhaps feel like there's no information that's useful to you, or maybe you're cramming in too much, and it's making it difficult for you to figure out what's actually there, what's actually useful, because sometimes when we try to do too many things, we put too much information into account, we end up feeling a little bit stuck. It's kind of like having like writer's block or something. There's all these ideas or all these things that we could write about, and so, but there's not the one thing, right? And here we have just let go, vulnerability, and wonderment. So what I'm feeling here, I love the kind of image. We have circles throughout, but more organic shapes here. I feel like, you know, it's time to loosen up a little bit. Allow yourself, if there's any type of tension in a situation, to simply let it go, and to it will naturally help you refine yourself, refine whatever it is that you're doing, instead of taking all of these different things into account and doing too much, right? You don't want to wear yourself out. At the bottom of the deck, we have freedom, and so sometimes when we're taking on a little too much in terms of our mental body, it can be really difficult for us to make decisions that are completely ours. So here we have the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and we have the Fool card. All right, so there may be something that you're kind of obligated to do, having to take charge of, but there is a need here to somehow protect yourself, maybe protect your energy, protect your resources. Maybe you're investing too much into something and being a little willy-nilly and being illogical in some way. Whatever it is that there's too much of, it is going to cost you at some point. And here with the Fool card, it could be that you're too busy investing in one aspect of self because you're wanting to protect yourself from having to take some type of risk. Perhaps you're avoiding something that you could be doing. And it's something that you actually maybe enjoy too, which I feel like is crazy here to say, but like it's like you're avoiding the one thing that you want to do. Interesting. Here we have the Judgment card. Yeah, no, that definitely clarifies that for me. And we have the Tower card. I feel like you're concerned about putting yourself out there in a specific way, but it's necessary in order for things to shift. There needs to be a change, and you can't keep investing in the same things as before, or investing in something that's not working, or investing in something in order to protect your concept of self or keep you from being kind of found out or looked at in some way. So here we have the Lovers card, which is like making sure your heart is in something, making sure you're making the right choices here. And I feel like anything that kind of keeps you separated, keeps you in solitude, ultimately is not for your best interest. We have the Ten of Swords here. Yeah, it's saying like needing to release ego. Yeah, maybe there's something here that's feeding your ego. We have the Three of Cups, keeping you away from certain people. Maybe you're isolating yourself for a very specific reason because you want to feel secure. Maybe you felt really insecure coming out in some way, shape, or form, and it's kind of cost you in some way. It's cost you in terms of action. Perhaps you haven't really been taking much action in the direction that you want to because of all these ideas and things that you have about what it means to be this or what it means to do that. And I feel like it's time to really express your soul here, bare your soul for a minute, be more vulnerable, be more open. Here we have this Nine of Wands here at the bottom of the deck, and it's like you're trying to stand guard, stand watch, you know, you're trying to stick it out somewhere that's really not working for you. Maybe you're getting a little bored, falling asleep at your post type of thing here. And it's just like, I almost feel like my elbow, it's like something about the identity of what you do versus who you actually are. is coming into play here. We have the Judgment card that represents you, which came out earlier. We have the Knight of Cups. So it's like, you know, the problem is you're committing to something that doesn't really suit you. You're committing to something that is perhaps very restrictive in terms of who you actually are, maybe having to put on a certain face or do things that really aren't in your wheelhouse, or something that you wouldn't, you know, you'd rather be doing something else, right? Five of Cups here is like the solution's right at your feet. It's like, you know, what you want is right there. And I feel like someone is there, people are there, they're kind of showing you maybe their little signs and signals, right? Here, the everything is fine card, we were talking about letting go of the ego. I think something has to do about stop watching the way other people do things and start doing things your way. That could be part of it. You don't need all these fancy things in order to make something happen, to make something excellent, right? We have this Five of Swords. I feel like you walked away from something where there was a lot of conflict. You were really kind of like butting heads with someone who might have been a little cocky, a little too confident in what they believe is right versus, you know, what you're offering them. And then here with this Page of Wands is like a new beginning, you know, someplace where you feel like there's movement, there's growth, you know, there's long-term success. You don't really know what it holds exactly, but you're willing to take it on. Here you are with the Emperor, and it could be that, you know, perhaps you're trying to overcome something, achieve something, get the best of a situation, but doing it the wrong way. Here we have the Nine of Pentacles. It's like sometimes like being independent can be really difficult, and sometimes having the time investment that we put into things, we sometimes wonder, okay, when am I going to get something back here, right? Like when we plant seeds and it's like, oh, I'm putting in all these work to, you know, plant these tomatoes and have them grow so I can, you know, make a caprese salad or something. And it's like, it's taking so long and I'm hungry now. And we have this Two of Pentacles here, and it's like, you know, one of the things is you really just want to let go of having to juggle things, having to do all these different things at once. You want something to be more simplified. You want something that's, again, just like part of who you are, what you want to do. You want it to fit a certain lifestyle. And here with this Hanged Man, it's like you're cool with just being in one place, chilling out, having a different perspective about stuff. There's something about your unique voice here that is very much needed. And so the more that you keep doing stuff the way that other people do it, or the way that you're told to do it, is actually really keeping you from the type of stability that you want. There's something about your perspective that needs to come through here. Nine of Wands coming through again. But I feel like there have been reasons in the past, perhaps, in which you want to protect all of that and not really share it with the world. But it's weighing heavily on you. And I almost feel like you're holding on to this wand. It's like the same person. It's like time. Time has really hardened her. But also like she's a warrior. She's strong. And it's like, it's not that the misfortune was there to create any type of dissatisfaction or to harden you in any way. It was actually there to train you, to make you better, to refine your skill set. So whatever that you put forth is really and truly yours, you know? So it's kind of like looking into the future. It's like you have some sense of what the future holds for you, but perhaps you're, you know, afraid of making that call, of accepting it. And so then here we have the Magician. It's like simply accept it, create an intention, have a vision, gather your resources, and get things moving. Initiate. And here we have the Three of Pentacles at the bottom. Yeah, you may need to kind of like do a little trial and error, test things out, you know, see what works, see what doesn't. That's what most people do anyways. And it's like, just because something doesn't work doesn't mean it's not right. Maybe it needs to be tweaked a little bit. And then here we have the Tower card reversed, which to me, honestly, it's like this tower has fallen. This tower has fallen. As soon as you start putting things together, you're going to be all set. You're going to be all set. And I feel like you're going to be divinely protected too. You're not going to have to worry about people poking their nose in your business. You know, I feel like people are going to try to be figuring you out, trying to size you up, but like you don't really give a damn. Like it's totally fine. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles here and the Ten of Cups. So I feel like, you know, you're not responsible for how other people take what you're doing. It's all about what you want to do. It's all about moving away from feeling insecure and really trusting your own voice, really allowing your wishes to come true. I almost feel like this rainbow, even though the, you know, card is upside down, this rainbow is like a bridge. And it's like this full spectrum, this full embodied spectrum of experience and expression and being and energy. And it's like you're basically walking upon a bridge that is calling you back to your power, bringing you back together, making you whole again, where you've been giving out so much. It was like all these energy leaks and perhaps you felt really, really tired. Now you're regaining your strength. All right. And it's like, whenever you feel like your wish isn't going to be fulfilled, just rest. It could just be your energy. Whenever you start talking against yourself, it's just your energy needs a little tweaking. Get back into alignment, get back on the horse, and get moving.